Trump just dropped a huge bombshell saying that he will cut federal funding to college that is allowing illegal protesting and agitators to be on their campus and disrupt the way the colleges operate. And some of you are saying this is completely unfair. Why? You said, I thought that this was all about free speech. Some of you are saying, I told you he was trying to disrupt the Constitution. He's trying to tear it down. He don't want them allowed to speak. But is what Trump's saying really suppressing free speech? Is it really? Well, you might want to pay attention to this. Trump is sitting here like, so you want to protest on our colleges in this nation? I'm going to expel you all. No education. How are you guys all doing? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Modern Renaissance Man, in which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure that you guys are following me on all the platforms you see above and below, and hitting this like button right here is how my content can stay consistently recommended to you. When you do subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification. It will bring up another tab to allow you to select all notifications. That way, when I post anything, you should be notified in theory. Last but not least, go and subscribe to my other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, Father, that I just want to get you guys over there gathered in. It should be blank right now. I'm going to be putting fresh content on there. You don't have to worry about any political commentary or anything like that. And again, that channel is called Man, Husband, Father. All are welcome. Trust me, you're going to like it once we get it going, okay? Appreciate you all. So, ladies and gentlemen, Trump dropped a huge bombshell that has a whole lot of people completely upset and mad when he posted it on Truth Social. Trump pretty much came out and said that he said that any agitators, you know what, I'll have you guys go along with me. Here we go. Trump said that any agitators on American campuses, agitators will be permanently expelled or illegal protests, he said. U.S. campus protests broke out amid Israel war in Gaza following October 7, 2023 Hamas terror attack. President Donald Trump claimed on today, that agitators on U.S. college campuses will be permanently expelled from school or even imprisoned. Trump made the claim in a post on his Truth Social platform, adding that any education institution that allows illegal protest on its campus will no longer receive federal funding. All federal funding will stop for any college, school, or university that allows illegal protests, Trump wrote. Agitators will be imprisoned or permanently sent back to their country from which they came. American students will be permanently expelled or, depending on the crime, arrested. No mask. Thank you for your attention to this matter. Trump did not detail any specifics about the federal government. He said he didn't detail any specifics about how the federal government could expel or force universities to expel students. The post comes as an anti-Israel protests have popped up throughout the U.S. and its university campuses amid Israel war in Gaza following October 7, 2023 Hamas-led terrorist attack, which killed around 1,200 people. Multiple students at Barnard College in New York City have faced disciplinary actions in recent days for breaking into Hamilton Hall and Columbia University campus last year. Barnard, which is part of Columbia University education system and is located next to the Columbia main campus, expelled one student and suspended the other, according to the Columbia University Apartheid Davest group. Barnard also recently expelled two other students for disrupting a class on the history of modern Israel. The duo were wearing headscarves to hide their faces when the students say they ran into the classroom and threw anti-Semitic pamphlets around the room. The school says they cannot comment on the disciplinary action, but a statement from the school president reads in part, "At Barnard, we always do what is right, not what is easy." Jewish students at Barnard have called out the school for lacking urgency in the response to the incident. The university condemned the incident. Barnard freshman Shoshana Ofsine said Friday on America's Newsroom, "I thought their words were a little lackluster. I'm not looking for lip service. I want action." So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys just got done hearing me read that off. Now, I got a lot of people that wanted to get in on this. They were saying, Ty, I can't believe Trump is doing this. Look. They're like, look at your president. Look what Trump is doing. Trump is anti-freedom of speech. I thought Trump was all about freedom of speech. I told you that he's trying to break down the Constitution. And you heard what I said in the beginning. I said, not so fast. See, understand this. We do have a right to protest, right? But what you guys need to understand is that this doesn't count for all college universities. Now, I will say this. I can be saying it ignorantly because I'm thinking that Trump might have said something ignorantly himself. You can protest on some college universities and campuses, but not all of them. See, y'all don't know this. You can't protest on all college campuses. Private college campuses, you're not allowed to. Now, what makes this actually interesting is that, as you guys can see right here, Barnard College in New York. Look it up. Let me see if y'all can see this with me. Hit that thumbs up button if you would, please, for me real quick. This says only current Barnard students in good standing, faculty, staff, or Barnard recognized student groups are eligible to register an intent to demonstrate. The college campus is not a public forum, and outside parties are not permitted to organize or conduct demonstrations on our campuses. So in this particular case right here, with Barnard University, they're not allowed to do it. And this says if they're not eligible to register an intent to demonstrate. So in this particular case, at this college where they're talking about, Trump is right. Now, on all college universities, I do not know about that. He could be wrong on that. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of universities allow the First Amendment to take place. Public universities. Now, in regards to whether these public universities or these other universities of where these demonstrations may be taking place at, if they are federally funded dominantly, I still don't know if they can say, since we're funding you with federal dollars, you are not allowed to let this happen. I do not know. But what I want to direct your attention to, particularly the story that we're talking about right now with Barnard along with Columbia, that Barnard is recognized as a private university. And don't believe me, you can look at it. Matter of fact, I tell y'all what, since y'all here again, hit that like button for me right now. Let's put on private college. There we go. Because of the First Amendment protections do not apply to protest at private universities, legally, this means that private institutions can crack down on protests and speech which they determine to be hateful and offensive in a way that public universities cannot. And again, there's a question right here. People ask, can you protest at private universities? Yes, a private university can require that you obtain a permit prior to protesting and has absolute discretion as whether or not to grant that permit. So there's a lot of things that took place. And this is the reason why, ladies and gentlemen, the word that was used in there, what Trump said, is if these agitators are illegally protesting, then he looks for them to be expelled, sent back to their country permanently, expelled permanently, yada, yada, peanut butter. Okay? So I just want y'all to get an understanding of that. That way it won't be this crazy confusion, because a lot of people are thinking that, oh, he's just trying to get rid of the First Amendment. Da, 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 da. That's one. Number two, we just all went through this. You are not permitted to protest. You're not admitted to exercise your freedom of speech on private properties, just like you're not able to exercise your freedom of speech on this program you're listening to right now. Not my program, YouTube. YouTube doesn't allow you to utilize freedom of speech. Why? Because YouTube is its own private sector like type thing too. They have certain, policy that they can implement that will not allow us to say what we want to about who we want to, when we want to, how we want to. That's just the name of the game. I hope that those things can change, because if you ask me personally, I believe, in my opinion, you should be able to do what's in our Constitution, whether it's private or not. That's my opinion. Now, I could be wrong on this and certain things. I'm talking about when it comes to universities, colleges, open forum, out in the open. Now, going into somebody's house or something like that, it might be a different ball game. Protesting on a college campus to the extent of where you're standing out and doing things like that, trying to, get the word out. That's one thing. Those people that were protesting like at Barnard and Columbia, they were on a whole nother ball game. You heard they broke in two places. Those students running in the time right now that we're living in, where you don't know if it's going to be an active shooter. You running in the classroom with a mask over your head and you throwing. Do you know what goes on in other countries when people run into places with masks on and they throwing something? You don't know if they're throwing like a freaking device or what. So what I'm saying that for is this. It's one thing to protest. which I'm all for. But it's another thing to where you are disrupting students from going to class. Y'all, the people at Bernard and all that in Columbia, you guys weren't out there just protesting. You guys were physically blocking people from going to school. And y'all were trying to physically attack people. That's a whole nother ballgame. You look just like the third world country over there that you claim you trying to stand up for. Crazy. Anyway, y'all, you guys let me know what you think of this by putting it in the comments below the video. Do you think Trump was impeding on the freedom of speech? Did you clearly understand how I broke it down the difference between the public university and the private university? Do you feel that we should be able to have freedom of speech and be able to protest like we do in an orderly, fashion, whether it's private or public? You guys let me know in the comments below after this video, okay? If you would like to see the next video that I will be doing in chronological order, it's going to appear up there. Things that I do, y'all should know, bam. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.